Boy, I have to say, man, big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to everyone who invited me to this seminar to speak about why why paternity tests should be mandatory and why does it benefit both parties. Both parties. It was an honor to be a guest there to speak to the men to speak to the men. I'm more than willing to go any place to get this message across. I'm having a good time out here in Atlanta, but someone recommended me this video to address, in which I will address this video right here. No introduction required. Y'all see the title of the video. But right now, I'm about to address this woman who goes by the name Beauty Ray, or judging by the videos on her channel, I will call her Miss Dominatrix, because apparently we got another one who wants to whine and cry about the passport bros, while at the same time she just can't help but to contradict herself in her own video. But hey, y'all want me to address this and completely destroy her on her own dumb, retarded logic? I'm more than willing to. But enough of me babbling. This video is protected under Title 107 for Fair Use Act for critiquing and educational purposes only. That being said, let's get started, shall we?
This video, I want to talk about something a little bit controversial, but I feel like this has to be addressed. Recently, my videos have been attracting a lot of the passport bro community, and if you don't know what passport bros are, they're basically men who are fed up with the dating lifestyle in the West. They're fed up with the way women are in the West, so they decide to go to other countries such as
Maybe that's why you decided to disable your comments, because, as you stated before, you have videos talking about the passport bros, and I'm guessing in such a negative way that the passport bros are now starting to clap right back on you, Miss Dominatrix, to the point to where you want to be controversial about the topic, but at the same time, you're so scared of the clapback that you need a safe space. And as Uncle JD here been saying, you can't be controversial in a safe space. Ma'am, listen to me carefully. If you can dish it out, then you better take it. Because ain't nothing more embarrassing, Miss Dominatrix, than you going around throwing punches, but you're scared of a punch. You want to throw punches, but you're scared of a punch landing dead in your face. Maybe you shouldn't be controversial if you can't handle the side effects of being controversial. After all, it comes with the territory. But let's continue on.
Southeast Asia or South America or Africa, whatever, just not in the West, to find a girlfriend or a wife or, somebody to have fun with and be on their side. And the thing is that I believe that these passport bros are just betas who have disowned their betaness. They're betas who are not standing up to their betaness. They just don't want to admit it, okay? And we are going to get into all the details why I think this is this way.
But if they're so betas, then how come you made a 12-minute video crying about men you deem are betas? And what's more, you're not the only one. You're not the only one either. They're betas. They don't want to accept their betaness, and why should they? But here you are in front of your camera, boo-hoo, whining and crying about these so-called beta males getting their passport bros, going to different countries and actually getting women. So why Miss Dominatrix here trying to make it sound like that's a bad thing? And what's more, why is she whining and crying about the passport bros that even she doesn't want? Oh, I get it. We all get it. Oh, these passport bros should stay in the West and just cope with being beta males, right? Oh, does it hurt? Oh, does it hurt her heart that these men are going where they are appreciated and not tolerated? I would think so. But let's continue.
And yeah, but before we get started, I also want to say that everybody is allowed to have their own preference, okay? So if you are a man watching me and you are genuinely into, I don't know, Asian women, Mexican women.
And now we just come across our first contradiction. Ma'am, Miss Dominatrix, if you don't have a problem with men having a preference, then why is you on camera complaining about these men being passport bros? Isn't that also a preference? But please continue on contradicting yourself. In fact, your whole entire video is nothing more than a contradiction. You say you don't have a problem. You don't have a problem with preference, but here you are voicing your complaint about a man's preference. But let's continue.
I don't know, Nigerian one. I don't care. This is your own preference, okay? But if you're genuinely this kind of a person, you would not be on YouTube watching videos like this, and you would not be in the passport bro community, because passport bro community is just men who are being triggered by the Western women. So they go online and hate on all the Western women who are not the way they want them to be, and they're trying to prove to themselves that they can get.
And if these passport bros are so triggered, according to you, Miss Dominatrix, if they're so triggered by Western women, then let's say, what do we call a Western woman who is triggered by the passport bros? Okay then. And on top of that, here's something I also find a bit baffling. She wants to talk about Westerners, but everybody could clearly hear her foreign accent. Ma'am, you don't sound like you're from the West yourself. You sound like you're from Europe. And so by your logic here, if you believe that the passport bros are beta males in disguise, what does that make you, who is in front of your camera, doing the exact same thing you are complaining that the passport bros are doing, being triggered and complaining about them? Again, your logic, not theirs. But let's continue.
What they couldn't get in Europe, they can get it in other countries, right? If you're someone who is genuinely into all this type of woman, you'll be right now, I don't know, where in the Philippines, taking care of your mixed children, having a peaceful life, not on YouTube, considering yourself a passport bro or involving yourself with this kind of a content. But since you're here...
Well, for starters, I'm not a passport bro, so nice try there. And if that's the case, you wouldn't be on YouTube boo-hoo, whining and crying about the passport bros neither. You would be somewhere in some dank building spanking somebody with a paddle right now, Miss Dominatrix. But no, instead, you're also on YouTube boo-hoo, whining, crying, bitching and moaning about the passport bros. Again, Your logic is being used against you here. Let's continue.
Here, since this video was recommended to you, are a passport bro, and or you're somebody who is in
Sadly, I'm not a passport bro, so nice try making that claim, and I don't need you to speak on my behalf. Let's continue.
this community and wants to know more about this, and generally does not like Western women, okay? And these are the people I'm going to be addressing. These are the people who are, in my opinion, the disowned betas, the people who genuinely are,
Ma'am. So, according to you, they're disowned betas, right? So, again, your logic here. What does that make you being on YouTube, boo-hoo, whining, and crying about disowned beta males? And once again, you are showing that you are more than willing to contradict yourself, claiming that, oh, you don't mind men having a preference. But here you are voicing your complaints about men having a preference. I swear to God, some of these females who boo-hoo, whine, and cry about passport bros don't even hear their own selves talk right now. But let's continue.
Into different nationality women would just not get involved with Western women at all, right? Not even on YouTube, not on Reddit, not in the comments, nowhere. They would just have their peaceful life. But since they're getting involved, this video is for you.
Don't talk about living a peaceful life when both you, Miss Dominatrix, and other Western women like you constantly making videos, boo-hoo, whining, and crying and complaining about the passport bros. Oh, the same passport bros that y'all rejected and look at as beta males. But the moment they get their passports, go to different countries, and they get with women to be in relationships, even marriages, then y'all jump right back on camera, cry, bitch, and complain about those same men that become passport bros. But you're deep in your feelings over those passport bros being online, making videos, commenting under those videos is a problem. Which is the same exact thing you are also doing. Ma'am? I swear to God, y'all don't hear yourselves talk. Let's continue.
So, the reason why you are going to the other countries to find a woman is because the women in the West are not respecting you, okay? And it's so easy to put the blame on the women, like, oh my God, women are entitled, women are feminists in Western countries, women are not feminine, all the, like, whatever point. It's so easy to point fingers at women, like, she's this, it's the woman's fault, this is the reason why I'm going to Thailand, whatever.
Yeah, because according to this retarded-ass dominatrix, everything's the men's fault. And by you saying that, doesn't the same rules apply to these women on YouTube as well who complains about the men? Okay then. Oh, these men are broke, these men are short, these men are ugly, these men are out of shape. Oh, I forgot. The same rules don't apply to women like you, Miss Dominatrix. But again, these men go to places where they are appreciated and not tolerated. Y'all will be the same women jump in front of their camera, just like you, Miss Dominatrix, boo-hoo, whining and crying about these men becoming passport bros. If y'all don't want these men, then stop complaining and let these men live their lives. But no, Miss Dominatrix, you can. This is why you're on YouTube venting out your own frustration about the passport bros. They rather deal with foreign women more than dealing with a dominating woman who wants them to bend over so you could paddle them on the ass. But let's continue.
Whatever, to find a woman. See, the thing is, can you just really take a mirror and look at yourself for a while? It's so easy to blame the woman, but can you for once take a look into the mirror and look at yourself?
No, can you take a mirror and look at yourself right now? Because you're sounding like a complete and utter idiot. No, ma'am. Turn that mirror on your goddamn self before you point mirrors at other people. I believe that's what my elders used to tell us. You don't want these men. Y'all clearly let it be known that y'all completely rejected these men. Now look at you. Now look at y'all. Y'all sitting back, boo-hoo, whining and crying about the same men that y'all don't want, all because they chose to go to different countries and get in with foreign women that will give them the chance. Now y'all want to complain about that too because they don't want to deal with Western women anymore. Guess what? It's their preference. It's what they want, not what you want, ma'am. But look who's in front of the camera being triggered over the fact. And as one person clearly stated, in which I agree, either y'all want these men or you don't. And if you don't want these men, why don't you move on with your goddamn life instead of boo-hoo, whining and crying about these men you don't want? Which is why you're on YouTube right now, venting out your anger, your insecurities, and your frustrations, all because they made their choice. And who pushed them to make that decision? Obviously not the men, because they're not attracted to men. They're attracted to women, Miss Dominatrix. So would you like to continue on with your complaints and your contradictions that don't make any sense?
Because if Western women trigger you, if you are not satisfied with the way they function, with the way they are entitled, then they're triggering you, okay?
No different than how those men becoming passport bros and going to countries to get married and get into relationships with foreign women triggers you, Miss Dominatrix. Which is why both you and other women like you are online venting out your own anger, insecurities, and frustrations about these men becoming passport bros. Better yet, some people will question what's the difference. One minute y'all don't want these men, y'all rejected them. But when they get their passport, now y'all want to complain about them getting passports going to other countries, and these foreign women giving them a chance, and you can't take it. Now you're online bringing out your frustration about the passport bros. So the real question is, so by the end of the day, the real question is, who's triggered more? The passport bros or the dominatrix like yourself, ma'am, and women like you, ma'am? Let's continue.
If they would not be triggering you, you would not be a passport bro, okay? But they're triggering you.
God damn, I know how to pause. If the passport bros weren't triggering you, ma'am, you wouldn't be in front of your camera, boo-hoo, whining, crying about the passport bros. Again, your logic being used against you here. Let's continue.
And whenever something triggering you, it's because there's something wrong about you. There's something triggering something in you. Okay? So
Wait a minute. If the passport bros are the ones being triggered, Why are you in front of your camera complaining about the passport bros? But yet, I ain't going to just include you, Miss Dominatrix. Why there are Western women on YouTube complaining about the passport bros if the passport bros are the ones who's triggered? That, again, that does not make any sense whatsoever. But let's continue.
Whenever you experience this kind of a trigger, it's important to take a mirror and ask yourself, what part are they triggering in me? And what I have noticed...
Yes, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Miss Dominatrix. Take a mirror, go find a mirror, take a look at yourself, and ask yourself, what is it about these passport bros that bothers you? What is it about the passport bros that got me so emotional, so insecure about myself? Because as far as we see, you're the one making the complaint here. Where are these passport bros complaining about Western women? Oh, wait, I forgot. They're busy out there getting into relationships, getting married by foreign women, while you're online complaining about them. I forgot about that. Let's continue.
In my life, dealing with passport bros is that it's their own insecurities. Either they cannot afford...
Don't talk about insecurities when you're on YouTube injecting your own insecurities onto other people. Contradiction number 5. Let's continue.
A Western woman. They are not tall enough for a Western woman. They are not successful enough for a Western woman. They're not educated enough. Because let me tell you one thing.
Yet, look who's online complaining about them being passport bros if you're rejecting them. No, ma'am. If you rejected these men and they become passport bros, you cannot complain about it. After all, you don't want them. So why is you complaining about them going to places where they could be appreciated and not tolerated by whiny little women like you? Let's continue.
There are alpha male in women, and alpha male is felt. It doesn't matter if you are a true alpha male, you would not have a single problem getting any woman. Doesn't matter if it's from America, doesn't matter if it's from Europe, doesn't matter if it's...
And that same logic applies to alpha women too. You wouldn't have a problem getting any man. But look at you. You're online complaining about men becoming passport bros. So it's clear to see that, ma'am, you're not an alpha female like you think you are. Let's continue.
If it's from Antarctica, I do not care. If you are a true alpha male, you would not have the slightest problem.
First off, woman, don't tell us men what a real man's supposed to be. Because if we men come right on YouTube and tell women like you what a real woman is supposed to be, oh, y'all be labeling us as misogynist. But somehow y'all think y'all have an exception to the rule. No. When y'all women try to tell men what a real man's supposed to be, of course, real men is going to look at that as sexist as well. So no, if us men can't go around telling women what a real woman's supposed to be, what makes you think y'all the exception to the rules? What makes y'all think that, oh, I'm a woman and I'm going to tell you men how to be a man and not be looked at as sexist? Please, let's continue.
Problem getting any woman in this world, but since you are inferior,
But wait, you just contradicted yourself again. If you are an alpha male, you wouldn't have a problem getting with any women. So if these passport bros are going to different countries and they are getting women, then doesn't that contradict your claim right there? They're not going to these countries and those foreign women are rejecting them. Those foreign women are taking them. So according to your logic, guess who's an alpha male? Because after all, you said it yourself. A real alpha male could get any woman. Did you not say that? God damn, she don't even know when she contradicts her own damn self. Let's continue.
Means you are insecure and you don't have what it takes to get any woman in this world.
Like you, who's so insecure about the passport bros that she's online boohoo whining and crying about the passport bros, those same passport bros that her ass don't want. Now she's complaining because those same passport bros are getting with foreign women. Again, her logic is bullshit. Let's continue.
You just lower your standards in a way and go to these other countries where you are going to get that masculinity hit because you cannot get that in Western countries. You know, in Western countries, you have to be someone to get that. You have to be educated, you have to make a lot of money, you have to make all this. But since you probably are not on any of this is why you go to these other countries to get women where they are going to respect you. Because in these other countries, you know, if you go to Thailand, if you go to Philippines, if you are a white man or an American man, you're automatically getting worshipped. Why? Because they automatically think that you are bringing Western money. Okay, that you are someone because you're somebody from the West, and these kind of countries, they kind of worship the West in a way.
Wow, ma'am, way to go! You just put down women of different countries, all because you want to feel dominant like your career. And I swear to God, no one puts down women more than other women. Yeah, I'll say it again. Nobody puts down women more than other women, especially Western women. Yes, yeah, we get it. Because you are a Western woman, that makes you more dominant than all the other women around the world. God damn it, you can't make this retarded fuck shit up. Is that what we're doing here? But yet, look who's online complaining about men becoming passports, going to different countries, getting into relationships and marrying women of those countries. But those passport bros are beta males, right? Right? While you, Miss Dominatrix, is online constantly contradicting yourself at each and every turn, complaining about the passport bros because look who's triggered about the passport bros being triggered. And I'm starting to lose brain cells listening to this dumbass dominatrix. But then again, I'm not going to listen to this retarded fuck shit no further. Because at this point, everything she's talking about the passport bros, everything that she claims the passport bros are, we all could clearly see it in you, Beauty Ray. You are an insecure, triggered Western woman who's no different than any of the other Western women on YouTube and all points of social media, crying, bitching, and complaining about the passport bros. The same passport bros that y'all don't want, by the way, getting much success in other countries except for the West. But as I stated before, if y'all don't want those men, and y'all rejected those men for whatever what reason, then why is you online boo-hoo whining and crying about men you don't want? Let them be passport bros and let them live their life. I don't have a problem with men having a preference one minute, then turn around and completely make yourself into an utter hypocrite the next. And the fact that you're on YouTube complaining about the passport bros, it's clear to see that you need to look at the mirror your own damn self. Take a look at yourself, reevaluate yourself. Because if what you're saying is the case, then you wouldn't be complaining about these passport bros claiming that they're beta males when they are alpha males out there. Right? Right. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm done with this dumbass dominatrix and I'm out this bitch. Later.